Cheers, baby.
Yeah, buddy.
Great to see you.
So good to see you.
Love you like a brother.
Come on. This is like...
Celsius has recently come out with some things that they said, like, people are having strokes and heart attacks on TikTok. Amanda, my fiance, gets a lot of her news from TikTok, as you do. Remember when Facebook came out and that's where you found out where someone was getting pregnant or getting a sex change or it was all through Facebook.
I must have missed sex change Facebook.
My first and only sex change update, Facebook.
Really?
Then he, at the time, Sam, took a handful of buddy of ours to lunch and to tell us. So let me start over. Sam, we're going to high school with Sam.
Yeah.
He's in all the plays. Sam, he had a girlfriend he met through the internet, and we were all like pumped for him because he was a great dude and just hadn't found a girl to connect with in high school. Cut to post-high school. We're all hanging out post-college. He and his internet girlfriend, she moves to Seattle, and then things just don't go well.
Uh-huh.
But then a part of you's like, by the way, they never met. They'd only chatted.
By the way, like, that to me
The story is going to end with, and what do you do with the penis?
Yeah.
Keep going. I just want to throw out a teaser now.
Well, I mean, listen, let's get back. We'll get back to what he did with the penis. Let's get to that first. And then we can get to
your questions.
Yes.
Well, so then he sits us down and goes, I haven't been happy. We're like, fuck, dude. It's all hitting us right now. Post college, maybe we think we're even a year away from graduating. Life is just tough, man. We're all trying to figure out the next move. He's like, yeah, I just, me and, my girl didn't work out. We're like, dude, fucking, we all can attest to that. Everyone's going around, dude, I fucking remember, blah, blah, blah. And like, I couldn't make it work, the distance, whatever. And then he's like, no, I don't think you guys are getting it. He's like, I just don't feel like me. And we're like, again, we can all attest to what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't feel like me most days, right? That's why I got to get on elliptical and gazelle my way through the afternoon. And he was like, I don't feel like Sam the man is who I am. And we were like,
was he a Dr. Seuss guy? Did he break it to you in a rhyme? What if he had busted out in a rap?
Was that a Dr. Seuss story? Sam I am doesn't eat green eggs and ham, and he also
doesn't want to be a man.
You could do it now.
Yeah.
And Seuss was actually getting canceled at one point for being anti-Semitic. I'm misquoting this. There was a thing that was like one fish, two fish, red fish, Jew fish.
Yeah, I think it was one fish, two fish, blue fish, hook nose. I think that's what it was. I think that's we'd have to Google it.
We'd have to Google it. Google's got the Seuss Jew jokes. That's the third time I've said that today.
Jokes?
The Seuss Jew jokes. But Seuss was Jewish, I think.
Dude,
we're gonna edit this out.
I know, by the way, and I know you shouldn't. And I know that this is how our conversations go. They go in and out of the same story.
But we always get back.
Can I tell you, I was in an Uber in St. Louis, right?
Mm.
And this dude, he goes, "What do you an older guy?" He's like, "What do you do?" And I'm really hesitant. In a short car ride, I might tell you what I do.
Great.
But a long car ride, if I say I'm a comic, you know what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. He's going to pitch you jokes, pitch you a screenplay.
Yeah.
And tell you that he listens to Joe Rogan and that, this is what happens at the Comedy Store.
Yes. So he was like, "What do you do?" And I told him, I go, "I'm a salesman." He goes, "Why are you in town?" I go, "Just business."
Love this.
And he goes, what I find makes these trips go faster is some jokes. You mind if I tell you some jokes? And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, great." So he picks up
this could go one of two ways.
Dude, I already know we're starting with something racist.
Anyone who's not a professional comedian who goes, "Let me just work some stuff out on you." And you're like, "For what?" He goes, "I don't know. The next car ride?"
He had a joke book. So he picked
a joke book?
Joke book. Oh. Like 101 jokes.
This is the second time I've thought you've said something that you didn't say 5 minutes into our conversation.
He picks up the joke book and he goes just like this. He looks at me in the rear view. He goes, "How do you feel about the Jews?" Because
this was the opening?
Dude, his opening line was...
Or was this is like the setup to the premise?
Nope. The opening line, because he wanted to flip through his joke book to see where he should start.
So he's just trying to get a gauge on what the backseat sensibility is.
That's right. And when he opened with, that eye contact, that rear view mirror eye contact can be really intimate sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just eye to eye. right?
Sometimes if the driver plays their cards right, they don't even show anything above or below the eyes.
Dude, and it's creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
And I just get the eye, and I just see him go, book is open. How do you feel about the Jews? So I want to hear some Jew jokes.
Yeah.
Right?
By the way, now, does your answer, I guess to hear the jokes, you'd have to respond with something unfavorable. Like, you know what, I could take them or leave them. Like, what did you?
I said fuck him.
You did.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Nothing's stopping me from hearing every joke you've written.
Listen, no, it was like a joke book you get out of a store. Like 101 jokes.
Barnes & Nobles is selling 101.
Probably not 101 Jew jokes, but maybe it looked like an older book. You know, it had some.
Yeah. And maybe they're PC Jew. I don't know.
Are
There's
there-
always like the what's a Jewish dilemma, a free ham sandwich. Have you heard that one?
Yeah, but let me ask you something. You think a dude who's never met me before, whose first question is, how do you feel about the Jews, is going
down PC Avenue? No. He's taking a hard right on Oops-a-Daisy Avenue. And I don't think I should say this street.
Yeah, he's taking a hard left on Getting the Oven Drive.
And take it to the Grave Boulevard. And don't you say shit, fucking cul-de-sac.
This isn't Gas Lane.
Oh, my
Right.
God.
So by the way, people who don't know that I'm Jewish.
Yeah.
I'm Jewish.
Me as well, by
Yeah,
the way.
yeah, yeah.
Ray and Wolf aren't the
Not
Jewiest of names.
No. And we don't look the Jewiest.
I don't think so.
No. Which, I mean, you know what's funny also?
Well, and
when someone says to you, you don't look Jewish, you know that's a compliment, right?
Of course.
It's the fucking, I'm like, how do you mean that? And they're like, well, you don't, I mean, I don't care. I
Yeah.
take it as a compliment because I'm like, good. I
Yeah.
don't.
They're like, no, you look good. You look
Yeah.
good. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, all
What does
right.
that mean? What does that
Yeah, what is that? Well, because there's that stereotype of, and I don't know who was the poster child for the Jew stereotype. Like,
Well, there's a look.
who's a look for both men and women?
Yeah. And you know what? I
It's
think
a summer
also-
camp look.
Yes.
Most kids have it as a kid.
Jewy.
Yeah,
It's a little doughy.
yeah.
I think also at a certain age.
By Jewy, it's a little doughy. Jewy is the Chips Ahoy cookie for only Jews. And they go, is it chewy? They go, it's Jewy.
It's Jewy.
And then the guy goes, and then it's made by Doughy.
Doughy Jewy.
Yeah.
Dude,
I went to school with that kid.
Jews at a certain age, and it just happens to all of us.
Yeah.
And it's not gradual. One day
Your
you look
face
good,
thins out a little.
and then one day you look good, and the next day it's like
Your
somebody's
schnoz is taking
somebody's
it.
pulling on your face.
Yeah.
And pulling it straight down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your nose is trying to headline your face.
Yeah. And your ears sprout a row of corn.
Yeah. Oof.
That, like,
Tough. Did you have a tough teenage? Like, my niece is just turned 13, and they're getting the acne, they're getting the periods, they're getting all the stuff that you get.
yeah.
And their toot is like, upgrading, but now they're going through a sweet pattern where I'm like, wow, they're unrecognizable from like a month ago when they were both like real cunty. You know what I'm saying?
But you forget the hormones that
Yeah.
they're flying through, and it's
Yeah.
constant, and there's going to be ups and downs, and there's going to be weeks where they like you, and there's going to be, dude, imagine what their mom is going through.
Oh yeah.
She's getting it full force.
Oh my God. This is why, but they won't run away. Like I used to threaten my single mom 4 times a month that I'm running away. She was always like, you fat fuck, you ain't going anywhere.
You're not running anywhere.
It's 15 minutes up a hill out of the cul-de-sac. A fat kid's kryptonite is an incline, bitch. Also, spaghetti and meatballs for dinner. And I was like, I'll leave tomorrow at 6 a.m. Alert the press.
I threatened to run away once.
You did, of course.
Yeah.
That's an Argen thing, right?
My dad was like, cool.
Tell me
Yeah.
what you see.
Yeah, he was
Enjoy
like,
your adventure.
Yeah, he was like, cool. And I was like, you're not going to try to stop me? He was like, nah, I don't think. He was
You
like,
don't got it in you.
Yeah. He's like, I don't think you're going.
Well, because we didn't also have cell phones. So it's like nowadays, parents are like, you'll be back in an hour because I'm going to track you. Or
Adam, our parents used to say, especially in the summer, if I was in the house past 10 a.m., my dad would be like, get out of here. What are you doing in the house? And they would cross their fingers and hope that you made it home by 6.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
No contact.
Mm-mm.
No, you didn't check in during the day.
Nope.
And you know what their cell phone was? They stuck their head out the door and they went, Adam! Yeah. Adam!
Come home.
That's
yeah.
it.
And you somehow heard them from miles away.
Yeah, you could hear the dog whistle.
Did you ever say something before you ran away that was really awful? That was always the thing that I thought was just crazy as a kid to have to say the nastiest shit before you left, which it's like you should be saying something like, you're going to when I leave and I come back and I make it big somewhere, you ain't getting shit. But I remember just being like, I wish you were never born, or something to my mom like, I wish I had a different mom, like something that was
you
just,
went deep.
I dug deep, yeah. Because it was like I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. She asked me to do a chore that I did not think I had to do. Maybe my sister was supposed to do it, but she wasn't pulling her weight, so I had to fucking step up. I was the step-up kid. There's also every parent probably, and you can tell me this because you're a parent, has one kid where, like with what your dad responded with, where they go, I'm out of here. And you go,
yeah.
All right.
Look, man.
I'll buy your bus ticket.
Tell me what it's like out there.
Yeah.
Every.
Or you do the Willy Wonka stop where you're like, no, please, wait, don't.
I'll tell you what. You know what my dad did to my brother, and I did the same thing to my son? Okay. So we were at the supermarket, and my brother is throwing a tantrum. And my dad was like, hey, we don't do that.
Not here.
Not anywhere.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
We're not tantrum kids.
And he was like, get up. And my brother was like, I'm not getting up. And my dad was like, fine. And so he goes, come on. And I said, we're not done shopping. He goes, yeah, we are. And I said, what are we going to do with Jonathan? And he was like, either he meets us at the car or he'll find his way home. So my brother,
awesome.
We're walking through the parking lot. And I remember this vividly, dude. And I did this to my son. He didn't think my dad was going to leave him.
Fuck no. So
he was following behind, but darting, between cars, behind parked cars and stuff, and hiding and stuff. So, and I say to my dad, I'm like, Jonathan's right behind us. He was like, I know. And he was
calling this kid's bluff.
He was like, but he better be in the car when I get in the car.
Or I'm truly leaving him.
9 years old, maybe 10. Maybe 10. And my dad got in the car. He turned it on. And I could see my brother maybe like 7, 8 cars back.
Were you like looking to be like, dude, fucking quit fucking around?
Dude, I was so fucking like, what is going on right now?
Potentially the last time you're going to see your brother.
Is he really going to leave him? Or is he really, because at this point in our lives, you had to know that when my dad said something, that's what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Look, some dads aren't like that. But when he says, I'm leaving you here, what he means is, I'm leaving you here. There's no fuckabouts. So when he was like, yeah, he better be in the car, I was like, oh yeah. Because Jonathan started to run to the car. And my dad saw him. You know what my dad said? You better be in the car when I get in the car. And he wasn't. And you know what we did? We drove home.
Shut the fuck up.
Drove home.
Shut the fuck up.
So when my oldest son was...
Wait. Don't move on to another story. Where's your brother?
Oh, he's alive.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got some mental issues. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He's fine.
He shops online now.
Yeah, he's never left the house since. But
wait, you went back and got him?
Yeah, no.
He walked home.
Yeah,
he found his way home.
Yeah, he walked home.
Holy shit!
And when I say he walked home, it had to be
45 minutes,
4 miles.
Wow, that's tough parenting 101. And I gotta be honest, I don't think I would not do that.
Listen, man. You know what? When I was a young parent, I was raising those 3 kids by myself, right? And when I was a young parent, and you know the relationship I have with my kids.
Yep, it's incredibly tight.
But when they were young, dude, I was so much harder on them than you probably think I was, because I was like, I'm a single dad. I can't have them questioning me I can't have them not respecting me when I get older.
Whoa.
When they get older, because if I have 3 teenagers in the house and they're all like your joke, fuck you, Barry. If they're all calling me by the first name and disrespectful, I've already lost. So by the time they're teenagers, they need to respect what the fuck I'm saying. And so with my dad, same thing. I left my oldest son at the store.
Wow.
I told him, I go, hey, listen, dude, what I'm saying is true. And I didn't drive home like my dad because we live in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
But
he'd get wrapped up, thrown in a tent.
Yeah.
And,
he
becomes now like the mayor of that street.
I would see him walking out of here today and be like, Trevor? He's my fucking, yeah, he's the, what was the Jordan Peele movie?
Get Out.
Yeah, he's my tethered dude.
Oh my God.
But yeah, dude, I left. But you gotta, listen, man, here's what I would tell you about parenting, because I'm assuming you're going to be a parent.
Yeah, I think so.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. Every decision you make has a positive side and a negative side.
Right.
So
just know that going in.
If you want your kid to be super structured, right? And they can stick to the book and they're good. I can sit for an hour. I'm good at paying attention, blah, blah. Structure. That's great.
Yeah.
But guess what? When something spontaneous comes and something bumps them off their structure, they freak the fuck out. Or you can lean into the spontaneous.
Yeah.
But they may not be good. Right? So it just depends on what's important to you. But you should never think that, like, obviously there are some bad choices. But But most of the times, it's just equal opposite. It just depends on what's important to you. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't be able to get away with, I think, leaving the kid this day and age. I think someone's ratting you out. Someone's calling a service.
By the time you drive back, if I had done this today, by the time I drove back,
cops are waiting.
They would have had him at the front of the store. They would have called the cops. I would have said I left him here to teach him a lesson. They'd have been like, "We'll wait for the cops." Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
Oh, dude. In today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Softer climate.
Dude. Like my dad. Okay, my dad. I remember I was home by myself, and somebody knocked on the door, and I went to the door. They were gone, and I was young and I was scared. And my dad called. He was like, "I'm just checking in." I go, "What is fucking? Did you fucking knock on the door?" And he goes, "Yeah, but you opened the door and nobody was there, right?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Okay, I'll see you when you get home." And that was it.
Holy shit,
dude! Today,
yeah.
I mean, if as a parent, you're already in your car driving home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You feel like you're spaceship at home. But
do you feel like that when you drive high?
No.
Do you feel like you're a better driver stoned?
I'm not worse.
Great.
I'm not better.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I would say I'm not worse because I'm definitely more careful.
Probably too careful.
Yeah, but probably also
45 on the freeway.
Yeah. But I'm also easily distracted when I'm high.
There it is.
Right.
Yeah, and there's, in LA especially, a lot to look at. If you're driving like cross country, Nebraska to Nebraska City.
Yeah.
Is that a place?
It is now.
There's nothing to look at
No.
except the occasional.
Oh, but I'm not distracted by things out the window.
Oh, you're not?
No, playlist. I make a playlist. I'm like, you know what I want to listen to right now?
What's your go-to road trip song? Right now, you and I are getting in the car and driving to Vegas. What are we opening with? I guess there's a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Have we smoked?
Yeah.
Are we about to smoke?
What are we doing?
Right. If we're already high, that changes the dynamic.
Can I tell you, like, what I have been listening to recently, which you won't at all be into at all?
Carly Rae Jepsen.
I had never done a deep dive in Charlie Daniels. And
the jazz player, the trumpet player.
No, Charlie Daniels band, the country.
Oh.
He said they sang The Devil Went Down to Georgia is probably what you would know.
Yeah.
But I like doing deep dives into bands where I'm like, I've heard of them. And I love Southern rock.
You do.
I fucking love Southern rock.
Who would be leading the charge on a
Southern rock
festival?
Well, I mean, all time, somebody would punch me in the face if I didn't say the Allman Brothers, obviously. Yeah. But I think Skinner, for me, it's hard to...
Tough to beat.
But like Blackberry Smoke right now, they're out, Cadillac 3... All these bands are fucking awesome.
What does Charlie Daniels sing about? Because all country, to me, I just heard a song the other day, or no, I think it was there's some festival coming up or an award show where they were showing snippets of people I'd never heard of, right? Like Ray Thomas Johnson and like Biff Kingsbury III and like Lloyd McClendon. And
Lloyd McClendon?
Yeah.
I like that.
I think actually that's a baseball manager.
Yeah.
But Ty Cobb. Barry Bonds Sr.
Yeah.
Todd Zeal. But there was...
Well, you went from Babe Ruth to Todd Zeal.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's the name of my next...
Babe Ruth to Todd Zeal?
Yeah. There's something that they all sing about, which is like open up a can of something. America's always mentioned, like opening a can of dreams on the red, white, and blue highway. Got my girl in the front. Got my dog in the back. Got some snacks in the back of the backpack rack. The sun is out. The sky is blue.
Yeah, listen,
We're driving through America, 'cause look, can you find it to be true that if you want someone to suck your dick while you drive your car, put that shit in stick, 'cause automatic transmission ain't cool. That was my best friend's drool, 'cause he's falling asleep at the wheel. But we're driving anyway to the festival. Boom, we hit a guy.
There were a couple familiar lines in there. Yeah. dude.
I don't know who that is, but
Yeah, that was Lloyd McClendon. That definitely was Lloyd McClendon. Yeah.
What is Charlie Daniels?
Charlie Daniels' band is like, he's kind of an old school country, but I like him. I like bands that have a little bit of a guitar, but also have a fiddle. I like a fiddle, man.
A fiddle with you and your comedy songs would be a nice, sweet touch. Can we throw out, when you get to a city where there could be a plethora of musicians just waiting for a gig?
Great idea.
Oh my God. I mean, I know a handful of the songs you're playing are a little, more ballady, but they could still assist. God, and maybe even just have unnecessary fiddle solo.
I, because of you, have started reaching out to the sign language people to do my songs on stage.
Oh my God.
Because
why?
I posted something.
Yeah.
And you posted back. You texted me, actually. You're hiring them for your shows, right? I was like, I probably should do that. Because they're always funny. They're always funny.
Yeah.
And you know what I love the most about them? Is that all of them have different signs for slang.
Yeah.
They're all different.
All different. What's usually the most... And look, people who have seen comedy shows and see the interpreter, I don't want to say it's hack, because everyone's got something different. You want to pick and choose the right moment. Obviously, like I've seen Brad a lot do when he'll do some sex joke and then ask what they did for like blowjob or for whatever.
Yeah.
And again, it's fine to ask, because you go, every interpreter has a different set of what they're doing. I think even the one time I was with him and the person like straight up did that. But then other times it was like, like blowjob,
yeah.
or like they did a thing, I mean,
but, dude, can I just say something real quick?
When you say
hack,
yeah.
As I've gotten older, listen, dude, your job when people buy tickets to see your show, is to make them laugh.
Yeah, you think they fucking?
That's the fucking. And here's the deal, if the people who buy tickets to your show. And let's get whatever material people consider to be hacky.
Yeah.
If there is a group of people in the world who want to see hacky material, then let there be a hacky. I don't understand what people's hang-ups about other people. Anything that comes out of anybody
people
else's
go see
mouth.
Carrot Top thousands every night.
By the way, Carrot Top is genius.
Yeah.
I
looked up some old clips of him on like the Ferguson show, and it was so. Amanda had never seen him, and I was like,
"Yo, dude, he's
like, wow,
just
crazy."
He's an easy punchline for people. You know who else is an easy punchline? Cable Guy. But I'm gonna tell you something right now. Cable Guy had 379 punchlines in his act when I was opening for him.
Wow.
So say you only think 50% of what he says is funny, you're still laughing more than 180 times.
Wow.
Dude, say you only think a quarter what he thinks is funny.
Wow.
You're still laughing more times than anybody else's show.
He was just a sniper,
in the fucking world.
When did you open for him?
Man, I opened for him 2000, feels like 2008 to 2011.
Yeah.
But dude, and I'll say something, because I know people have said things to me about the guitar, and I'm sure there are people who say things about crowd work.
1,000%.
Which,
by the way, now I feel like everyone's posting crowd work clips.
Because they feel like they have to, because they have to keep up with clips. By the way, your crowd work is next level. How you're not advertising one show a week as
that
just...
is straight, yeah.
Because
you're right. Maybe I should be doing that.
Dude,
I get more and more people coming out because they go, I saw these clips, or we purposely didn't sit in the front, but we liked your clips, and then I always go, and then truly there's not one show that goes by. I just did 6 in Boston where I was like, wow, every show. And then I finished the show and I go, wow, good luck topping that one. And then I just find shit.
Let me ask you a question. Do you have...
I don't stress it. Maybe that's why, too. I'm not looking for it. I'm like, if it happens, it happens. But
you're so natural with it now. Do you ever, and I mean this as a comic to comic, do you ever have problems with your material following your crowd work? Because sometimes crowd work is so in the moment and so...
Well, I'll say this. And this is why I've
not
never...
that your material's bad.
No,
I'm just curious if that is
I've always tried to make sure that I am, like even going back to Seattle on this weekend for shows, I want to make, I've got at least probably 40 minutes from last year when I was there that I'm going to do that's new. So I don't ever want to get lazy and have just do a few bits and then go into crowd work. And so it's a reward for me. And it makes the show better. What does happen naturally is that people remember that stuff if it's so fun and great and just I was able to tie things together, that they walk out remembering that more than anything else. But at the same time, so then you're like, oh fuck, they're like, that thing was fucking blah, blah, that was crazy. And I'm like, wow, they're gonna remember that. But did they remember me? Hopefully for something cool, because and then they come back to see a show, they know it's gonna be different. But so that's always kind of the balance of like,
why don't you? Because look, man, I can tell you when I'll tell people, hey, one of these shows this weekend is gonna be heavier guitar, and so people will buy tickets to both shows.
Both. Oh yeah, that's a good idea actually.
So if you go, even if you went early show material, late show, crowd work every Friday, Saturday.
Wow, that's a good idea.
Not only do you come up with 2 hours of postable material where you don't have to burn any of your jokes.
Yeah.
You have 2 hours of postable material as you're developing your hour.
Yeah.
Not only that, Adam, you can post 2 hour, not specials, but sets.
Yeah.
Every week.
Yeah. I know that's what I did with that Madison show. There was just so much good stuff from that. Yeah, you're right. That's not a bad idea.
Dude,
right.
It's like, because listen, man, your crowd work is so next level.
Thanks, man.
There's no reason, like, there's
to
nothing
not be
wrong.
Trying to capitalize on that. Yeah.
Fuck.
Lean into it. I know. You're right. That's the thing too. Look at, at some point you just gotta fucking own it. And I now, in seeing more people post crowd work stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, it was so like frowned upon for a bit. And I was just trying to like still, like, even remember when I was really starting to post it and getting some nice feedback from it, I'd still get people that I'd hear things or feel things at clubs where I could just feel the like, and then people even post sometimes, be like, do you even do any jokes? I'm like, yeah, motherfucker. But this was so crazy to not post. Also, this is 3 minutes from an hour and change show.
Have you ever posted how you wrap it up at the end? Where you bring everybody in that you talk to?
That's probably not fully, yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. Well, that's what I used to see Patrice O'Neal do that. The first comic I ever saw.
That's my favorite comic of all time.
Is he really?
Let me take that back. Nobody makes me laugh harder ever than Patrice. He may not be my favorite because there are some people that hold a little sentimental. Wow. But if you're like, who makes you laugh harder than anybody? Hands down, not even close second, Patrice O'Neal.
Holy shit. That was the first comic I saw live at the Punchline.
Dude. Yo, that's the first comic you ever saw?
I saw
that
three
must
rows
have been
back.
like...
Oh, Josh was unreal. He did over 2 hours. His material crushed. He sat on the stool the whole time, and then he planted like 5 seeds of situations in the crowd and tied them all together throughout the show. And I remember being just hit over the head. And my girlfriend at the time, we were visiting her folks, and she was she was loving it too. And I was just like, I was just so moved.
Wait, are you not a virgin?
No.
You're a virgin.
I'm an anal virgin.
Got it. Okay, cool. Yeah, keep going.
And I got no problem saying that. Sam? Yeah. Great. Oh, wow. By the way, don't even know his favorite color. Just ask him if he's done anal. Welcome back to First Impressions. You didn't hesitate, so I believe you.
Yeah. You're not going to ask me?
Do I have to?
All right, Patrice O'Neal, go.
We're coming back to that story. So I'm just dying, and I'm like, this is what I want to do. This is the type of show I want to do where I'm breaking the fourth wall. I'm involving the crowd. There was a few times some people that were a little, too sauced up, so he would include the distraction to squash the distraction, which is what I always try to do. And it was just so brilliant. And it was so fun. I was like, wow, that's the show. And I didn't really realize that that's what I was, how much I loved that until probably 8 years into stand-up, because I was like, oh, wow, that was, because, you're just trying to figure out what is your show on stage? And I'm like, this is what I like to do, is not just straight jokes for an hour. I gotta make myself comfy so that I truly feel like I can do anything and feel like I have a relationship with everyone in the room by doing that with a few people.
What do you mean by what'd you say?
Anal virgin.
No, by let the distraction in.
Oh, I include
the distraction by. What does that mean?
Squash.
Squash it by including.
So if someone's being obnoxious and yelling out stuff, like in these 3 guys in Boston, one of them at one point just goes, "Come on!" halfway through the show, and I go, "What?" And he looks over his buddy, he goes, "Come on!" Like almost like it was like a catchphrase, like what's up, and then whatever. I go. Now, what about that moment made you feel like you needed to do that? And then that kind of gets a little laugh, and then he just goes, and he says something else, goes, that was him, man. And I go, what's your name, dude? And we started getting into it, and I go, I feel like that wasn't the first time you've said, come on. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say, most times you say that, it's met with, I'm good. I think I'm gonna go, actually. My friend's
Come on.
here. Yeah. And so that became a running thing to pull back to. And then him and his two buddies, three just, rich, good-looking Boston guys, and I ripped him apart. I go, now I could, and then he goes, and then his buddy got to leave, and I go, where'd your buddy go? He said he wasn't, didn't like your jokes, so he wanted to go to the bathroom real quick, and then high-fived his buddy, and then I just annihilated him, and to where the crowd was clapping. He cheers me, and I go, we good? I go, all right, and then went back into shit, and so
I love that dude.
That was, but I chatted with him for a little bit, got some info, kind of included him in the show, and then squashed him. So instead of just being like, shut the fuck up or kicking him out, I tried to kill it with kindness. But that's what I mean by include the distraction to squash it. Like,
I do this. I feel the same way.
Acknowledge it a little bit. And also, people after were like, oh, that was, sorry about that. Or that was, you handled it great. But I go, well, I also could have ignored it. You always have the choice. And that's what I try to learn in any instance that goes not as well as I had hoped, is like, I could have not responded to that, but I heard it, so I go, I think everyone else heard it because it was just enough silence.
You know what's interesting?
And I'm curious because I'm like, this could either derail the show or go great, and that uncertainty gets me hard.
But we'll be back after this. You know what's funny, man, is that the more you do it, I can tell by the crowd member, are you going to be fun to play with? Am I going to have to kick you out?
1,000%.
Like, if I ignore you, that means I think if I talk to you, you're going to end up getting thrown out.
Yeah.
And so my thing is if there's that person, I ignore them until they annoy the rest of the crowd.
Yes.
And as soon as they annoy the rest of the crowd, I know that I can say whatever I want to them.
Yeah, because everyone's on your side.
I don't have to kid glove them. I can go in.
Got the village's support.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Everyone's got their pitchforks. They're just ready to fucking light those torches and go.
What have you, has there been a moment where you've had to do that, where you could sense the crowd and you're just
All
like, I'm going to drop? Yeah.
Yo, dude, listen, man. I will say this. I don't know about your crowds. I have really tame crowds.
Yeah.
And tame meaning I don't get a lot of bros. I get a lot of people that just have my kind of attitude.
Yeah, the weird shit people.
Weird shit. They're out to have some fun. They're smoking some weed.
Yeah.
And so, but every now and then, I guess we get some drunkies.
Oh, yeah.
And I will, look, man, I let you hang yourself. So then I can just say, there was this one woman in Columbus, and she looked like she was like a Lynyrd Skynyrd roadie.
Yep.
Right? And she had a cigarette in her mouth for the first part of the show, took it out, black tank top, short jean shorts.
How old?
Probably
50s.
58, something like that.
Short haircut.
Super tan. And
some tats.
A lot of, right? A lot of that, just like weird noises.
Okay.
And so we're up there, and something came to my brain where I was like, oh, I really want to say this. But I told her, because she's been going off all show. Okay. I go to her, I go, hey, I really just thought of something that I don't want to say to you. But if you say one more thing, I'm gonna.
Awesome. At this point now, you're throwing the bait to the fucking piranha.
So everybody in the crowd was like, they look at, they
say it. Awesome.
And she goes, you won't say it. And I go, I bet your pussy smells like cigarettes.
Roof explodes.
Yeah, that's it. Fucking.
Did she laugh?
She laughed. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. She laughed. Yeah.
She laughed.
Fucking, yeah.
She laughed. No way.
Dude.
Well,
but,
wow.
But let me tell you, I still get messages. I was at that Pussy Smells Like Cigarette show.
Great.
That was the weekend where, like, I like bringing people.
Sacramento?
That was Columbus.
Oh, Columbus, you said.
That was the weekend where somebody came on stage, a professional wrestler, and fucking wrestle chopped me.
Oh, yeah.
And
that was bonkers.
Dude, because as soon as he reached back like this, I was like, oh, he doesn't know what he's doing. Because he didn't backhand.
Yeah.
He came with and wide. He came up. He left when you draw a turkey when you're in first grade.
Yeah, and you're tracing the
Yeah, you could have traced the turkey on my chest.
Holy shit.
The video online, it's online.
Great.
You can just hear the pa.
Wind knocked out of you?
Jacob was on stage, and you can see him go, oh, like that. Dude, it was like.
What a great moment.
Yo. But then I go, take your shirt off. The other dude had to take his shirt off, too.
And then you slapped him?
No, dude.
Oh.
I was like, I don't know. Plus, you got to see him. He had a solid B cup.
Yikes.
It was a fucking. But I like
that you
weird
do that.
things happen on my show.
And those things happen. And that's why getting the interpreters to show up is a great extra thing of fun. And I like that you say that everyone's got their own different thing of how to describe something that's happening. Like when I was in Seattle and doing the show with Sal Volcano, I was doing a joke about Brad having a little person friend, and I look over and I just go, "What'd you do for little person?" And she just like didn't sign anything, and I just go, "For real?" And I go, "Like, did you like that or like that?" And then she just like didn't do anything, and I go, "Fuck that." And then she kind of looks back, and then she starts signing, and I go, "Are you talking shit?" Because she didn't respond to me, but then she started signing when I wasn't talking. Everybody's dying. I mean, because it was such a great. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you should definitely do those two. That's
a fun move.
When I started to bring out the guitar, which was right around the time where I was like, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me.
Yeah, I'm going for it.
I cannot. Not only did my ticket sales respond exponentially. And you know why? Not because there was a bunch of people like, we love the guitar too.
Yeah.
Because me as a person, I started doing things that I like.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it just made my shows more enjoyable.
Why did you start bringing your son Jacob on the road? And because that seems like it seems like you just get a lot out of that.
Well, because one, dude.
You love the hang.
Love the hang. But two, people are genuinely interested. And, we're doing things together. Like we just shot this show.
Yeah.
Dude.
The father-son competition show.
Dude.
Which, by the way, came, and this is why anyone listening out there that's like trying to create their own opportunities and their own good luck, which you are a mastermind at, of just creating and throwing fucking darts. So you're like, okay, what sounds fun? What would be a cool thing that, not even like no one's doing this, but how can I, which is another mindset to have, not like looking around being like, what's not being done, which, in trying to create shows and stuff, there is a little of that.
Sure.
You need to have that headiness of like, how can I slip in somewhere? Oh, they're not really doing sketch right now. Okay, well, what kind of a version of a show can I do that maybe makes them want to do it? That's undeniable. But you find these things that are funny to you that and then put your spin on it. And bringing your son with you to do the shows for sure is the reason that catapulted this into, wow, we have such a good back and forth. How can we continue to maximize that?
We've always we're very competitive, and we also like to fuck with each other.
Yeah.
But most of all, we like to have a good time together.
Yeah.
So we would do weird competitions anyways. I was like, why don't we do it? But the loser has to do something embarrassing. Yeah. Dude, do you know he made me get a tattoo? Did I tell you this?
No.
Do you want to see it?
Yeah. Is this a part of the show?
Yeah, I'll show it to you.
What was the stunt that made you lose the...
Let me just tell you.
Set it up first.
Let me tell you how embarrassing. First of all, I'll give you two punishments. I'll show you the tattoo that
Great.
He made me get. One of the punishments... Didn't I send you this picture, dude?
No. Jacob's how old, by the way?
25.
Perfect.
Okay, dude. Hold on.
We'll edit out the way I just said perfect.
Yeah.
I was just fucking, sometimes you just respond. It was like, what was I supposed to say there? Awesome, great, like anything. I set myself up for failure right there.
Perfect.
Yeah, Jesus.
What if you just gone,
He looks 23. There's no right answer. Oh, God.
Hold on 1 second. God, maybe I fucking... Okay, if I don't have the picture, then I'll have to...
So this show's going to come out on your YouTube channel.
On my YouTube. Right? Oh, here it is.
Which is where all the goodies are going these days.
Here it is, dude. Out on Ventura Boulevard.
Okay.
For an hour.
Yeah.
With this sign in front of us.
Ask me about living with herpes. Giving a phone, and he's doing this.
We had him on Ventura Boulevard behind a table. People just walking by all day.
Anyone walk by?
Dude, we got some... Everybody... The amount of people that stop... Ask me about living with herpes.
You're across the street just dying?
Fucking... There was an old dude who stopped who was legit hitting on him because I'm sure he was thinking, well, he's got herpes, I've got herpes.
Yeah, hey, a negative and a negative's a positive in my
dude,
book.
It was fucking.
You can't get herpes a second time from a guy with herpes.
Dude.
It's like,
let me tell you.
That's why you can't get a pregnant girl pregnant if you fuck her. You're like, what? Dude, this, you gotta.
Back up. This is a reality show. But the competitions we did like we sparred. We did a model competition where we walked down the runway.
Great.
It was so funny. We did pole dancing. We had someone come teach us pole dancing. We got in those giant orbs and ran at each other.
Wow.
We did a lot. We did a rap battle.
Great.
We did a bunch of fun shit.
Great.
But you want to read? Okay.
Yeah, please set it up.
Well, I don't. It doesn't matter what the challenge was, but take a look. I was gonna make him get a tattoo of my face on him. This is what he made me get. Can you read that?
Jacob is my biological father.
He made me put on my back. Jacob is my biological dad. I have a tattoo that says Jacob is my biological dad.
Holy shit.
Dude, this show is the best thing I've ever done.
For real?
Man, now look, man, you and I have done some fun things together. That game show up on
Oh yeah.
That was a ton of fun.
Man.
By the way, somebody came sniffing around about Controlled Chaos.
Awesome.
You're all over that sizzle reel. But like I've done a lot.
By the way, let me just say about this game show that I was a part of that you were testing for quite a while. Such a home run. I don't think I've been a part of something in a long time where I was just like, oh hey man, start looking at fucking blowjob machines and yachts. And get a Costco club membership because you're gonna be there,
dude,
daily stocking up.
How great was that show?
Yeah, but it was just a perfect vehicle for you, and it was fun, and it was
But I will say, in Control.
But you took that experience and you didn't stop. Look, like this is again another thing that like easier said than done, and you can only learn from doing. You fucking one opportunity. You're still getting the rep of doing that. You still got the experience. Like you could have been like, fuck, man. You know, this business isn't for me. But it's like, no, you go, cool. I'm going to take what I experienced and learn from that. And I think shortly after you went to Nashville, where you just fucking had like 50 things going on. But it's like you rode the high of that, but you also just not getting that made you decide to go there. Everything is like leads to.
Here's what I've stopped.
But you
doing.
created that too.
Yeah.
You didn't like.
But here's what I used to do, dude. I used to put a lot on everything I made.
Yeah.
And now.
Content or. Yeah.
Meaning like a lot of myself.
Right.
Like, why isn't this working? How come I'm not getting more views? How
right,
come?
Right.
And now it's all about.
Well, then it took off.
Having fun with my friends.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what it comes out.
Yeah.
Yo, this thing I shot with Jacob. Every day when they were like, hey, the budget's a little over, I'm like, doesn't matter. You could take all my money.
Great.
This is the most fun I've ever had.
Yeah, wow. You can't replace that.
No.
Especially when you've been in this business a minute and you know that how easy stuff can just feel and start to become like work. And you're like, man, if I'm truly just loving it. I said that the other day to somebody where a buddy of mine that was just shooting my shows in La Jolla. We used to do sketches I'd send him and his twin brother who did they do special effects for Lucas and J.J. Abrams, and they went to film school, so they just made my sketches better. And we would shoot a sketch from 3 p.m. until from 10 p.m. until 6 p.m., have dinner, and then edit from 8 until 3 a.m., and then I would post it at 7 or 8. And it was I think what I was doing when I was bringing this up is because I was that time
snorting a lot of cocaine. How are you?
I wish. No, coffee. Still haven't done it.
Yeah.
I'll do it at some point.
No.
It's going to take somebody.
Why would you?
I don't know. I'm afraid I'll have a heart attack.
Yeah, dude, there's no reason to.
Here's why I haven't done cocaine. The last time, actually up until about a month ago, I had my worst pot brownie trip was with
Hey,
Josh Wolf.
Yeah.
We left a hotel from doing a podcast, and I somehow accidentally, don't know how you do this, ate 80 plus milligrams of weed.
At least, yeah.
I was tap dancing on my patio and had Cedar Sinai on fucking. I'm sure I called them.
Yeah, you had 911 dialed on your phone just in case.
Yeah. yeah. I was way past the people that were like, I'm dying, I'm dead, that were freaking out. So because of that, I'm like, I don't even want to touch coke because of the way my heart was. Anything that's going to speed it up like that. I digress.
Remind me to get back to something you and I have to do together.
Coke?
No. Definitely not.
Edibles again.
No. Finish your story so you don't.
So
forget.
anyway,
No,
making those sketches was just such a wonderful, like the fun factor was so high, and it was because you're creating from something truly from the ground up on your terms, and man, you just can't replace that,
dude. It's so.
So I can't wait to see that.
Fun.
When's it dropping?
So September 15th is the first one.
Wow.
We just honestly, all the episodes are so good. We're just deciding. I was bummed that you weren't around to be part of it.
Well, season 2.
Fuck yeah. Now listen, here's what you and I need to do together.
Yeah.
Wait a second. I'm high and I already forgot.
Let me take you back to what I was saying. Sketches, weed, tap dancing, 80 milligrams of weed brownies.
I forgot what
freak out, cocaine.
I forgot what we were.
My heart sped up.
I forgot what I was gonna say, but I did think of something else we needed to do. Oh no, I forgot.
My buddy didn't save the penis.
It might come back.
No.
But wait.
Yeah, I'll tell you the rest of that story.
Why don't? Weren't we gonna also, dude, do like like an aging boy band?
Oh yeah. You sent me a text about
we should
me, Brent, and Jaleel.
Oh, this is what we need to do.
Oh yeah, because you and Jaleel met at my bachelor party.
Yeah. This is what we need to do.
What a great mending of the minds. Yeah.
Do you remember that practical joke I was going to play on you at your apartment?
Oh, yeah. You were going to have a 70 to 80-year-old...
80 plus naked people.
Butt fucking on my couch?
Just fucking, but we could go butt fucking if you wanted to.
I think that would do more psychological damage.
So the deal was your girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
Was going to give me the keys.
Oh, my
We were
God.
going to hire 2 octogenarians to get naked and roll around on your couch. And
would have sold the couch.
And for the dude to have your Mariners hat on backwards.
Oof, would have kept the hat.
Yeah. And have him, and I was like, I want you to play, you think this is dementia, you think this is your apartment. So Adam can't get mad. And we'll have all the...
Great, because there's got to be, because you can't just burst in and scream. Well, even if he didn't play the dementia card, I still would probably be wearing kid gloves and be like,
yeah,
I'm not going to grab him and rip him out of her.
Here's my question now. Who should we do that to?
Oh, man. I got a list of names. I'll send you after the pod.
Who would be a person?
Dirte, my brother-in-law. No, my nieces and nephew will be home.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah.
Wow. All right, scratch that one off the list.
But
somebody down here, local.
It's somebody. Listen,
Brad.
We haven't. We didn't get to do it.
Yeah. Wow.
By the way, you know why we didn't. You know why we didn't get to do it, right?
Why?
You can thank your fiance.
She just goes.
She was like, I'm not comfortable with what's going to happen with the couch. Are you buying us a new couch? I'm like, no, I'm not buying a new couch.
Well, your couch budget's probably gone up.
Yeah, I'm ready for the couch now.
What's your butt fuck budget like? And that's the 3rd time I've asked that today. We'll be right back. We'll keep it right here.
I love it. We'll be right back. We'll keep it right here. Which one? The camera guy's like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Someone was like, cut the commercial. Keep it here. Don't cut the commercial.
We'll be right back. Keep it right here. Back to commercial, and here we're back.
Yeah.
What?
Oh man. Well.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
I'll start brainstorming because that is
because we can't waste that joke.
No, that's a good one. You probably also still have their contact info, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What was I gonna do? I mean, unless they're dead.
I remember I hired a little person for a Willy Wonka sketch where Jeff Richards played Willy Wonka and did stand up, and then I hired a bunch of actors to be in the audience. We shot the Improv Lab, and then I had a guy. I looked up hiring a dwarf, and there's like a rentadwarf.com, I think.
Yep.
And he came in full Oompa Loompa gear, paid for that, and we did this thing where Wonka's on stage, Jeff Richards, and he's like doing stand up, like, and at one point he's doing some Jeff Richards stuff where he's like, here's Dustin Hoffman is a frog. Ribbit. Or whatever he does a joke. And then you pan down the crowd and he goes, the everlasting God stuff. He's doing all these like Wonka type stand-up bits and it's crushing. And then we pan down the front row and there's like a girl and then a guy and then a girl and then just an Oompa Loompa. And then you keep panning.
Hilarious,
and then at one point he gets in the fight with the Oompa Loompa. He's screaming. He's like, you still owe me 60 grand. And Jeff is like, shut your fucking mouth. Yeah, and it's a trailer called like Wonka. It's like when he leaves the factory, what's he doing now? And then we shot all these things of people like Sandy.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Oh yeah,
dude, that is hysterical.
But I didn't even know you could do that. Now let me ask you this: when you're on the road, do you always? I know you just got to kick it with Joey Diaz, which you have a long history with.
Oh man, that was so much fun. This weekend?
It was this weekend.
I was in Jersey this weekend, and he's swinging by, and he told a story. I was like, "You want to do some time?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll go up there."
Amazing,
and
such a legend, by the way. And the fact that you got him in your pocket like that, and he comes down and wants to go on stage is like,
I mean, not in my pocket. It's just a dude that I've known since before my kids.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Let me tell you something.
There's a connection that goes real deep.
He told a story that neither one of us, to my knowledge, had told on stage about when we stole a safe.
Oh my God.
And he goes, let me tell you this story about when we stole this safe in Seattle. And I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Did you remember any of it? Or
did I forget stealing a safe? Is that what you're at? Do you remember any of that story? Yeah, I remember a couple pieces of that story. The story about the only time I stole a safe?
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I remember.
All right. A simple yes would have sufficed, fucking prick. All right, that's Josh Wolf on Twitter. We'll be right back. We'll keep it right here. Josh, when you were 10, did you
ever get fingered by anybody? But
Joey
dude,
pops by.
He pops by, brings me some weed. I go, you want to do some time? And listen, man, he's for my money, right? Now, maybe not for his hour. There are other people that are funnier for an hour. But if you're telling me in that OR at the Comedy Store, who's funniest for 15 minutes, I would say Joe, there's...
Rips. Blows the roof off.
Dude.
And the stage that room is made for him, quite honestly.
Dude. Look, man, does he do it every time? No.
Yeah.
But when he's at a 10, there's nobody that... Maybe D'Elia... But there's nobody that does to that room what he does.
And just hammers.
Oh my fucking! And it's with that energy.
You ever have to follow him in there?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
But you know what I follow him with is Joe Diaz stories.
Awesome. Great call.
What else am I gonna do? What am I gonna tell a joke? They're still fucking.
Oh man.
Who's the?
I had to follow Bert the Haha 2 weeks ago, and he destroyed so hard. I'm in the back being like, I was almost going to go tell the comic that was after me, you're going next.
Yeah.
It was very close.
Yeah.
And I was just like, don't, man. And I walked to the side. And Burr, what's great about the Big Poppy roast that you got me to do, which was the first time I got to hang out with Bill Burr. Talked about this before. I think there's some stuff online, definitely on my IG, of the Big Poppy roast. Me, Burr, Josh Wolf, Sarah Tiana, Gronk, Dustin Pedroia,
Anthony Mackie,
Jonathan Coachman,
Lenny
Clark, and Burr closing it out. And was going to air, but on Nesson or Showtime was too filthy. I dressed up as an old Yankee fan. Burr, to this day, dude, he gives me the best intro ever. I should save the intros and make an album out of these Burr intros.
By the way, are you going to make my intro for the road?
Oh, yeah. I forgot. My bad. I got you.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
When I heard that intro the other night, I'm like, what the fuck?
A pre-played one? I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll just record it. I'll have him play it.
Wait, so then you'll what? So you'll have the host go off stage and then...
Yeah.
And then you'll just hear... Maybe put the lights on and then have...
Yeah.
They'll play... I fucking love that.
Dude.
Amazing. Yeah, because you can't just rely on some kid in Reno to fucking crush that.
Yo, whenever I heard you riff off the top of your head with Avery... I was like, this is the best intro.
Yeah. Oh,
fucking.
And I felt like that was a C to B performance.
Dude,
so
that was so strong.
Oh man, all right, I got you. You just got to remind me.
Hey, can you make? Can you make?
I got you.
Yeah, all right. I'll text you.
Okay. But
Burr's intro.
But he gave a great intro, and then I just kept giving it up for. I just acknowledged, and then I just took a beat. I go, guys, one more time, blah blah, and then I just take a beat. I go. Now I go, let's all just take a moment and adjust to life after Burr.
Yeah.
I go,
lower your expectations.
Yeah, I go, what's going to happen right now? And definitely after I get off, not even close to what you just saw. I go, and that got some laughs, but also some like, well, why not?
Yeah.
And then it took, no joke, probably a good 3 to 5 minutes to get them back to, because
reality.
There was still chatter. He just
when someone blows up a room so much. There is chatter after the set.
Oh, man. Yeah. It honestly, he also did about 40 and he went first. But nobody was, dude, I was hoping he'd do an hour and a half. This is great. I'm getting to see just saw his special for the third time. Now I'm watching everything new. And then they just had this great crowd work with this guy and just ripped this guy. I'd never really seen Burr do a ton of crowd work in pieces here and there.
Yeah.
But man, he just was so good. And the room was just different. But I'm glad I went up after because I remember when I first started, definitely just was like, I'm not following that. I'm not like, I remember one time at the parlor, Jay Davis, I just fucking told him, I was like, dude, I just made up some emergency and I fucking bounced because I was like.
Who are you going to follow?
Tosh.
But you know
and he ripped and I was maybe 5 or 6 years in.
Oh, then you're not ready for that.
And it was also, the show was almost 2 hours long at that point, and Tosh had done about 30 to 40. And then I was supposed to close after that.
At the parlor in Seattle?
No, at the parlor on
right
Melrose.
next door.
On Melrose, the bar show that Jay Davis had for a little bit.
Oh.
I don't regret that because I went home fucking
feeling better about yourself?
Yeah. With some dignity and some pride and a fucking, no real reason to jump. But
I remember, dude, because you can, if you decide you can't follow that person, you're fucked. You're
totally.
fucked.
Yeah,
you're completely fucked. But you know
what? Real quick, you know what actually got me to follow Burr in the haha? Joey Diaz at the store one night popped in. Burr popped in, and it was supposed to go Joey and then me, and it went Burr. It was supposed to go Joey then me, and then Burr popped in. Or no, it was supposed to be me then Joey, and so Burr popped in, and then he goes, "Do you want to follow Burr? I'll go next." And I go, "No, I got it." And I went on his podcast shortly after, and he goes, "And fucking Ray, you go. I'm gonna fucking follow this fucking guy. I'm gonna follow this fucking Bill Burr guy." And I fucking go, "That's fucking Adam Ray right there. You're fucking stepping it up. You fucking did it, motherfucker."
Yeah.
He goes, "I would have fucking been so fucking angry at you if you fucking bailed." He goes, "But you go, I fucking got it." And that's when I go, "This guy's a real motherfucking cocksucker." And I was like, honestly, and that stuck with me, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Because I go, oh, people do clock that. On top of, in the moment, the way Joey looked at me, I could feel he was almost baiting me, being like, "You want me to go? Do you want me to fucking make it easier for you? You grown adult man doing what you supposedly do." Ooh.
But do you want to follow Burr then Joey?
Oh God, no.
Good God.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, man, for me, the trick to following those dudes or anybody is just reset the energy to your energy.
Totally.
That's it.
But you got to be in a point to where you're savvy enough to know that you
got to reset it.
That you can do that and feel. You can't just get up there and give it up for them. Okay, so, and just launch in.
No.
Then you're tone deaf.
No.
And you're oblivious to what just happened.
That's not
Everyone's like, does he know what fucking just preceded this bullshit? Hey, man.
Yo, I saw Ali Wong's new stuff the other night. She's so fucking funny, dude.
Next level.
God damn it. She's such
Next
a
level.
good writer.
Yep.
And her writing is so precise.
It is.
There's
Word
no,
perfect.
dude,
dead
there's
air.
no,
Doesn't waste a syllable.
not a fucking breath.
Yeah.
Like when I watch her, I'm like, and she's like, after she was like, I was just working on some stuff. I'm like, your stuff is so precise.
Yeah.
Like
She's dialed in.
Economical as fuck. You and I are not economical.
No. A little more loosey-goosey.
You still write on stage, right?
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
Oh, I did this whole bit this past weekend about finding my comedy chops as a kid and the Yo Mama stuff we used to do back and forth, and how that was like my first taste of like doing comedy, was on the playground and memorizing these Yo Mama jokes, but like feeling the same way when you go back and you need to like one up and like, audience of people on the playground. Everyone came in with like, your mama's so fat, her blood type's ragu, and everyone would be like, oh, she sounds like a fat bitch, if her fucking blood is spaghetti sauce, she's got to be overweight, and like, your mama's so fat, she took it over the phone, whatever. And then I go into this whole, it becomes a rant where it's just like this kid gets in my face and was like, your mama's so fat, she brings a spoon to the Super Bowl, and everyone was like, she sounds hungry, right? And then I look at the kid and I was like, yeah. And my mom was always telling me too, she goes, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me, right? And then I would always combat that with, Mom, I don't know if you've been to a playground in the last 45 days, but I would prefer stones and sticks some days. There's some pretty offensive shit being tossed around. And then, but I try to take that to heart, and I go, all right, this guy fires a Super Bowl joke at me. So I go, oh, yeah? Well, your mama's so fat. Your dad left. And now he's fucking my in-shape aunt. And I've seen him at 4 back-to-back family reunions. He gave me $50 not to say shit, but I blackmailed him. And that's why I'm rocking these Jordans, and you're wearing the slippers that came free with a bag of $2 Chuck. So, yeah, my mom might be fat, but your mom's fucked. and it goes in even.
And you were like, thanks for the TED Talk. Fuck, he gave a real reason. Yeah, you're not. This guy's bringing facts to your mama jokes. Yeah.
And I had
your mama's got diabetes. There's no joke
there.
No,
totally. I had another.
My dad's a doctor, so I just know that stuff.
Well, that's funny. I had another version of that where I was like, your mama's so fat that due to her high cholesterol, the doctor suggested that she get on some, some sort of like, Depapaxin to hopefully get more nutrients to her bloodstream, and if she doesn't, they're gonna have to amputate, And then Mark Sartell was like, well, your dad is a dog, so you can be like, maybe that's what infiltrated that joke. So then the joke didn't hit, but dude,
it's super funny.
If
you went specific, Yeah, your mom bought the wrong flowers for your birthday.
Yeah.
What?
And that's why she's a fat bitch.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, the kid that completely butchered
By
it
the way, just out of curiosity,
doesn't know when to say that's what she said.
is it supposed to be extra hot in here, or is that?
Yeah. Can we get the air on?
And can I have one
Bro,
more liquid death?
You know, we
before
usually turn it on, and the fact that we didn't turn it on, because you can kind of hear it in the background.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, 2 minutes into today's show,
Thanks, man.
I was like, I don't fucking care if you hear it the whole time. It's hot.
My butthole has for sure left a mark on this chair. So, however you want to take that.
I'll take that chair right to eBay.
What would you name it? Butthole chair?
Oof.
What would you name it? Butthole stain
What do you
chair?
title the post, you mean?
Yeah, but it's got to have a title. If you're selling a chair where
Chair
okay,
with butthole stain.
I'm going to tell you what this
Oof.
chair looks like, ready? So let's just say the stain from like your between your legs in that asshole kind of wet.
Yeah.
That is what somehow stays on the chair. So that's now on the chair. What are you titling? And are you selling the whole set or just one?
I think I throw in an unstained buttholeless chair.
Okay, so how do you title this? Because on Facebook Marketplace there's like
there's a
family heirloom or what's the title?
My sis gets a lot of stuff. She's a big fan. She actually, no joke, would buy that chair. She's on Facebook Marketplace and she's a fan of Josh Wolf.
So what title are you giving her for this chair? Starfish tattoo?
That's a good one. Oh yeah, that's a butthole slang, isn't it?
Yeah, because you want it to be catchy. I think butthole stain might not be the one that's going to pull people in.
It's a great band name.
Yeah. Butthole with STAIND, no E. Butthole stained.
Yep. Speaking of buttholes,
How about taint no average chair? And then it's just a picture. And
taint no average chair.
Taint no average chair.
Now, do you just show a picture? Do you have to put like Photoshop your face in there, or is it just a picture of the chair with like a clear cut stain, and you just go, if you don't know what this is,
I think you put a smiley face, your smiley face right in the middle.
Gotcha. And then people go, something happened on that chair.
Yeah.
DM me for the details.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I like how you throw in one nice one. That's nice of you.
You got to. All right, I'd like to close out with a little game called Whoa, What? And get your take on something I read recently.
Okay.
Welcome back to Whoa, What? We'll edit in some theme music. So, Tushy Bidet last year had a contest where you could win $10,000 if you sent in your post-Super Bowl big game poop on Monday.
Do you know I worked in a writer's room where there was one of the writers, a woman, who looked at us all one day and said, if you all took pictures of your shit, I could match your shit to your face. Do it after lunch. So we all took the wardrobe Polaroid. Everybody in the writer's room took a picture of their shit. We handed it to her. And at the end of the day, she tried to match our shit to our person. And the first person she dropped, she nailed it.
And this woman?
And we were all like, oh, no. We honestly were like, she was like, I can do this. She was like, I know I got this skill. We were like, it seems like a weird skill. She's like, I know I got it. And when she dropped the first one and nailed it, we were like, oh, did we find the poop? Like,
who was the guesser? Hillary Clinton. No, who was it?
It was just another woman in the writer's room.
By the way, how do you bring up that skill?
She brought it up.
Somebody was like, all right, episode 2. She goes, you guys are, speaking of number 2, you guys.
No, the head writer had talked about, we were talking about whatever was happening for lunch.
How do you guess the poop personality?
Yo, but when we asked wardrobe for the Polaroid, they were like, for what? We were like, don't worry. We don't
Don't worry, but you're not getting this back.
By the way, this was you're getting canceled.
Wow.
What
a glorious time.
Dude, the things that get said in a writer's room, but we all took pictures, man. And I think there were 11
the
of
girls
us.
too?
Yeah.
Wow.
There were 11
Wait,
of us.
so you saw girl poops?
I didn't look at them.
By the way, I don't think I've ever seen
Why would you?
poo from a girl. Ever.
The only reason I've ever seen poo from a guy that's not named me is because somebody left it in the toilet for me.
Great sense. From poo that's not named me.
Yeah. But like, no woman is leaving a shit in the toilet for you. But your buddy might.
Oh, girls, I think, go to great lengths. They'll break the fucking toilet before they
100%.
allow an even ounce of an opportunity for you to find
There's no doubt about that, yeah.
what went through them.
There was a girl that I used to date, dude. I thought she just loved to get up in the morning and go get me donuts. She used to go take a shit at Dunkin'. because she didn't want to poop in my bathroom.
Oh my God, she's coming back with donuts.
She came back with donuts. I was like, "You love donuts?" She was like, "So much."
One day she just comes back with an extra roll of toilet paper from the Dunkin' that she stole. 'Cause she's like, I wasn't done. Kin, donuts, around. You go, where are my donuts?
Yeah,
She
yeah.
goes,
You'll see in a couple minutes.
I needed something to stop the diarrhea. You go, this isn't going to work. Oh my God, what a great decoy.
Yeah.
The Dunkin' decoy.
The Dunkin' decoy. The number 2 Dunkin'
You got to
decoy.
tell the story, dude. The Dunkin' decoy.
The Dunkin' decoy.
That's a great story.
It's-
That's a great and that's a great story to animate because I can see her. I mean, every girl and guy can relate to trying to navigate around the secret poos.
I had a first date with this girl. She came over to my house. I was living with my parents in upstate New York. My parents were out. I was probably 21, maybe 22.
Perfect.
She was around that age too. And this was the night that I found out that my body couldn't handle creamy stuff. So I had made like a chicken.
Gay porn career. Melted cheese.
Yo, dude.
Yogurt.
I was going up and down stairs because I was like, oh, there's I forget what excuse I kept giving her for going downstairs. So by the third time when I came up and I was probably sweating, she said to me, "Are you shitting a lot?" Out loud.
Oof. Gotcha.
And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah. What do you?
She was like, "Yeah, you're either shitting a lot or you're doing a lot of drugs." And she was like,
I love that those are the two options. Which, by the way, those are the two
"Those are
options.
the options." Yeah, yeah. And so she was like, "This is first." She was like, "Did you something?" I go, "Yeah, something isn't sitting right." She goes, "I'll catch a cab home." She was like, "But I don't want to sit here for this." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't blame you." I'm so glad she was straightforward. I'd have run up and down those stairs. What are you gonna say?
I'll be right back. Hey, let me just go see if we have any more bacon bits.
Yeah, dude. It was like,
Why?
and why are you so sweaty?
You
Yeah.
can't come back sweaty without an explanation.
No.
Who said that?
And
I don't know.
I think
That's some sort of high school guidance counselor or like the
it
guy
was
that's
Humphrey Bogart. I think
Humphrey Bogart, maybe Tony Robbins.
Spencer
actually.
Tracy. Give me the news. Sorry.
Well, that was it. Just the your take on that about the post. But this is why you ask the questions, and this is why you throw out the info, because that story of, we got two great poo stories from you at the end there. But I just want to know, would you enter that? Is 10,000 enough? First of all, the winner, Tushy Bidet, offered 10,000 to has the best post poo from the Super Bowl, and it says bonus points if you tell us what food it used to be.
I will tell you, as a person who has sent pictures of my shit to countless people, especially ones that come out of
one of those guys.
come out of the water.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't anymore. I don't to send those pictures anymore. We've graduated to different things.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Well, you've heard my joke about seeing poo in the urinal, right?
Yes.
Man,
That's tough to come back from.
That to me, I still just have so many questions.
Yeah.
And I joke about the guy pooping out of his penis, but at the end of the day, I go, some guy either couldn't hold it, or all the stalls were filled.
That's it. All the stars were filled.
And think about the guy who's at that urinal next to him.
Does
he try to stop him? Is it on you?
I want you to picture this.
You got to be a hero this day.
You walk into the bathroom, and you just see this dude. Now, I'm probably hands on my knees.
And there's only one urinal open, and it's the one next to the
if this dude
the poo squatter.
is right here.
Yeah.
Probably hands on the knees, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, "What's up, dude? This one's open." Like, are you hopping in just for the story? I know you're
Probably.
a lot like me.
Yeah,
you're hopping for the story.
But also the fact that we've never had a guy at the urinal face the other way, and in a way that where I'm like, he has all his extremities.
The reverse face poop.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like also when we're all facing the wall, only thing you can really do is reach over and slap or like a nudge. But the fact that he's faced the other way means that he can.
What if there was a guy who came?
And I don't know what I'm thinking he's going to do.
Reverse poo, but he's not pooing, but he's just tucking and peeing through like that. No poo. He's he's tuck peeing in the urinal. If you walk in and you see a guy tuck peeing in the urinal,
and then he pulls his pants back up and turns back around to shake, and then goes, "That's how you do it."
Well, what if he goes, "Adam Ray, I love your stuff."
Oh God! I asked him to open for me.
Yeah.
That's at Josh Wolf on Instagram and Twitter.
It's at Josh Wolf Comedy.
At Josh Wolf Comedy, that's right.
In case you want to see more.
JoshWolfComedy.com for tour dates.
Yeah. ComedianJoshWolf.com for tour dates.
There it is. You're a beast.
Let me just say one thing about me on the road right now.
Yeah.
Guys, I will tell you, dude.
Thanks a lot, Josh. Guys, we'll see you next week for another episode of the About Last Night podcast. Of course, rate, review, subscribe, AdamRayComedy.com for tour dates. Go see Josh on the road. Guys, bring in the heat, man. Bring in the thunder. So many surprises. You don't want to miss it. Comedian Josh Wolf. Go ahead real quick. What do you want to say?
No, dude, that was actually better.
Good night, everybody.
See ya.